Alrighty, hello everyone, welcome back to another Slime Isekai Memories video. So today I have for you a Dark SHION showcase. Now, I know this isn't like, this is a dark month, this isn't a dark month, this is a space month. Heroes Jubilee comes out soon, Carry On comes out in like 40 minutes. I just wanted to take a look at some of the older units in the game, especially the ones that were present on release, because I feel like they kind of get overshadowed, or a lot of them have been overshadowed, obviously, by the newer units that have released. And one character that I literally just pulled like a little bit ago because of the space banner is this Dark SHION. I had no copies of her. This was my first copy that I had pulled from the banner. And I realized that I basically have never seen this unit being used. I don't think like ever. So I wanted to start like a series on the channel where I just look at the older units, if I have them, obviously. And I will try to base them around like the lowest or wherever I have them at, just to get like for the baseline, right? I don't have them 6-starred. I'm not trying to get like the best equipment and max them out and say like this is their max potential. I'm trying to show more of the baseline, and maybe we'll get to see either if they're underrated or as to why these characters aren't necessarily used at all. Aside from, I don't know, maybe like if you want to get like the highest EP and you have this character 6-starred and all that stuff, and you just put them on as a support to get, you know, the max bonus for your character and stuff like that. But let's take a look at this character first. So, you know, I have her level 80 and her ability release. I don't have any dupes in her or anything. Her equipment, this is what I have it at right now. Just a basic 3-star sword, like the clothing, the armor, and then the necklace. Now, I realize at the moment this is kind of useless because of her skill, but it was just the one that I had. And the reason for me doing this is because I don't want to like give her super good equipment and then just like that's boosting her externally. And I kind of figured this is what some people are like generally going to have her as, unless for some reason you like either really enjoy this character or you just have extra like 6-star equipment to put on her. And I kind of want to set this as, like I said, the baseline, because she's level 80. There are no dupes in her, right? And so I feel like this is kind of fitting for like her equipment and where we're going to be using her. And for her skills, her ultimate is the Ogre Guillotine. Unleashes an all-target dark physical attack for 250% damage, or normal damage. So I think already this was one of the things that took away from this character, just because of the AoE ult. Usually the AoE ults aren't the greatest. Like in most situations, like Crucible aside and things like that, AoE ults just aren't as needed or aren't as useful because they do less damage overall, right? So I think that's probably one of the reasons why a lot of people don't really use this character. But let's take a look at her battle skills. Indigo Charge. Now I have it at level 4 just because it's super easy to increase the skills to like at least level 4. Obviously the later ones you don't have as many, but most players have like a lot of the gray like skill level ups. So I figured might as well just leave it at level 4. And the skills Indigo Charge increases all allies' pierce rate by 84% for 1 turn, increases all allies' pierce power by 20% for 2 turns at 60 skill cost. So I think this skill itself isn't bad. You know, like pierce rate and pierce power, that increases your damage quite a bit. Not as much as like the 50% multiplier from like Millam's skill or something like that. But pierce rate and pierce power can be useful. I think the problem is that even if you max it out, I'm pretty sure it's like a 55% skill cost. So it's really expensive for something that I think isn't necessarily as powerful as, say, Rimuru or Millam or like the other characters that have come out that increase like crit rate or solo combos damage and stuff like that. So I think maybe that's kind of one of the reasons why like it kind of took away from this character. But her next skill, Advanced Attack, I have it maxed out. 15 skill cost, increases all allies' poison evasion rate by 100%. Now this is interesting because I think she's one of the few characters that actually has poison evasion. I think a lot of characters have stun evasion, but not many have poison evasion. So this can be useful in stages like Wind Conquest, where the boss puts poison on you. This skill can be really useful, especially if you use it with one character. I think with like Sokka, for example, right? If you want to use Sokka, I don't know, it would be kind of a jank team, but like you could use it to refresh the cost of the skill so that you could just have a 15 skill cost, 100% poison evasion, you know. But there aren't many stages where you'll actually need like poison evasion and it'll do long-term like damage and like affect your progress. So I think that's why this skill hasn't really been used all that much, or she's not like highlighted as like, oh my god, like her skill is so good, you know, you get poison evasion. But how many times are you really going to need poison evasion, right? I mean, it's just damage. You can just heal it with like Luminous or Trainee. It's not like stun where it literally shuts you down for the entire turn, right? So yeah, this is basically what we have right now. Let's take a look at the teams we're going to use her. We're going to use with her. So this first team that I have, it's kind of like a basic dark team. What I'm going to be using for both Crucible and Conquest. And I built the team around, obviously we have Shion. We have a Dark Orc Lord, 12% leader. And then I put Benimaru just because like he's like I think my strongest dark unit. And then the Windmillum just because of her single target ult and also her orb changing. We obviously have Windmillum at the back for her solo combos thing. And I have the Masked Hero just because she's such a good support character with her. I mean, the crit rate is one thing, but then the extra turn that she gives you is really, really good. And I think with that, you can stall for one more turn on Conquest, which, I mean, I could use the Space Reamer that I have as the support down here, but I think her extra turn is going to be a lot more useful than just like a 40% attack buff. And the second team we're going to use here, I'm going to be using for Wind Conquest. I have Veldora as the lead, and then Masked Hero and Space Millum as my DPS. Shion is mostly there just to show off her poison evasion. Will her ult and stuff do a lot of damage? I'm not too sure. And actually, I might switch Space Reamer for Trainee or Luminous just to get some healing. But obviously, yeah, we have Windmillum there for the soul combos buff, and then these supports are for like protection gauge and just skill gauge, or the skill points. And yeah, that's pretty much it. These are mainly the two teams I'm going to be using because I don't think she really has many other teams. Obviously, there are that you can build, but I think these two are going to be the ones that can like show her off the best for the uses that I'm going to be showcasing. So with that out of the way, let's get right into it. Alrighty, so we're going to be taking this team into the Crucible stage 65. Now I realize it's a bit low, and well, one, I don't really have a good Earth team to push forward in Crucible, so I'm kind of at a bottleneck at the moment. And two, I feel like a lot of players maybe like this is more of an easier level who like take it casually, right? Who aren't grinding this game like 99% of the time. So I feel like 65 is a good kind of baseline to just see how good this Shion performs. Will she be overshadowed by the two other units? Maybe, probably. But I think with this, we'll be able to see just how good of a character she is, and you know, if she is underrated or not. So let's go into the stage. All right. Now I was thinking about going for an AoE stage to show off her ult, but I feel like I don't know, it's not really worth it just to find an easier stage to find a place for her ult. All right, so let's just clear this. Let's try and get as many SHION orbs as we can. So Milim with decent, she has like a 5 or 6 star like equipment. It's for the gloves, and she's doing about 2,400. Let's do that. I want to see how much damage SHION will do, and Benimar is doing about 2,500. Okay. So we have a full 6. Is there anything specific? Huh? All right. Let's see how much damage she does. About 1,500. So kind of low. Not the greatest, but also her defense did just increase. Okay. Damn, he's taking a lot of damage. We're gonna activate this. I'm gonna switch you up for now. In here, we're gonna pop both of these, and let's just see how much damage her ult does. I haven't seen this ult like since like the beginning of the game. Not that great. 6,000, and while it crit and pierced. The damage isn't looking too great. I mean, it is an AoE ult. I will give her that, but also I think she could have done a bit there. Let's just do this. Damn. I'm gonna pump this. Yeah. Mass here really is just such a good support unit. Like, it's not even funny. Okay. I think we should be fine. Or should we just do... Yeah, fuck it. Oh, she's taking so much damage. Okay, her damage is not looking too great. Alright. Okay, that's fine. Now she has even more resistances. She's not guarding anymore though. So now it's just dark resistance. Alright, so how many skill points do I have? 59. I'm gonna bring Windmill in here. Just because like the crit, she has crit resistance, right? So there's no point. Let's see how much damage her ult does. And then let's compare it to Milim's. Yeah. 8,000 and a crit. While this does... 14,000. And that one didn't crit. So, clearly a big difference in damage. We're spending like so many turns on this. So she does about as much damage as a level 96 Windmill, on a team that does not boost, with a leader skill that does not boost her damage. Maybe not the best. I'm gonna skip this. Okay, that's fine. Let's bring you back in here. We'll just tell you this. I think that should be fine. Can Shion get the finishing blow? No! Oh no! Oh, Shion, why? You had one job to finish the blow. All right, there you go. 1800. All right. So Shion's damage, not too great. If I'm being honest, but you know what? That's fine. Obviously, not expecting her to do the most amount of damage. But yeah, you can kind of see like the Pierce skill maybe should have used it. That's more useful when you use it paired with other ults, because I only used her ult when we did the Pierce. But I don't know, it's like it just costs so much. It's 60 skill points. When you max it out, it'll be like 55, but still, like you can really only use it once before, and it's like there's so many other skills you want to prioritize, right? But let's take her into Conquest, and we'll see. Maybe it'll show up her skills and stuff much better there. All right, we are at the Ruthless Paladin Master stage, like Conquest, where you want to be using a Dark team, and I kind of had to change up the Conquest team a little bit just because I forgot that Hinata needs to be stunned on turn 2, which is why I brought Alice. If you have or if you bought the Crimson with the Octagram coins, he would obviously be a much better use because he has 100% stun chance. But I don't have D, so we're just using Alice. And yeah, hopefully, I think Shion should fare a little bit better here. Or if anything, we should see more of her strengths, maybe, or maybe in the Win Conquest is when her utility is going to be shown. But let's see how good she does damage wise against this Hinata, right? All right. 2100. She does 1900 with the 110% boost. Alrighty. First time. Let's go. Alright. Bring you in here. Let's do this. $1,700, and Benny Mars doing about 2,100. So she's doing more damage here than last time, right? But last time she had more whatchamacallit? What am I trying to say? She had more defense, I think. Yeah, she had more defense. So yeah, let's do this. Not great. Okay, I think for the most part, yeah, she'll heal at some point, but all right, we're just gonna pop this, pop Orc skill, and try to build that skill gauge. 1400. I mean, she's doing less than Mill, or she's doing a little bit more than Millum, but that just might be the resistance coming into play. If I can hover over, Yeah, pretty sure that's just the resistances. I am gonna swap you out of here. And let's do this. So I just, you know what? We're gonna save a little bit more and try and get that the two skills combined together. Yeah. And she healed. Okay, that's great. All right, so we're gonna pop both of these. So these should do a lot of damage. We're gonna go with hers first. Come on, SHION. 8,000 with the pierce. And 12,000. You can hit Milim. Okay. Are you kidding me? You can... Milim exists, you know. Alright. Well, the showcase unit is dead. So we will retire out of here. But you can see, even with all the buffs, she didn't really... Like, the ult damage wasn't great. The ult damage wasn't great. She did about 8,000, while Milim did about 14,000 with the buffs. And that just shows the difference between single target and AoE target ults, right? Just the amount of damage you do, especially since so many boss battles are like against one enemy, it already just limits the amount of damage you're gonna do by a significant amount. So I think that's one of the reasons why this SHION isn't really used. Even if like you had her maxed out on a dark team, I don't think you would use her, or most people would use her, just because like her damage is already kind of lacking. Plus, you know, like all her skills and such are really niche. But let's go into Wind Conquest and for the final stage, and let's see her utility. Maybe it'll shine within that specific stage. Alrighty, so here we are at the Soaring Winds Master Conquest stage. Now, we're gonna be taking this team into it. SHION is mainly just gonna be here for the poison evasion. Like, I'm not looking for her to do a lot of damage, not at all. So, well, hopefully we'll see her. Her utility, I think, is at the maximum. This is what it's gonna be best used in if you don't have like a decent poison counter, or like, unless you don't need one. This is, I think, mainly where you're gonna use her. So let's go into it. I have my DPS in the back just to avoid the attack down. But yeah, I think I really, she's not gonna do like much damage, if any at all. So all right, this isn't the worst, but I'm gonna pop that. Might as well go like this. All right. Okay, so he puts the attack down, I think, next turn. So let's just do this. Yeah, there we go. All right, so now I think we can swap in our characters. I'm gonna swap out SHION. We don't need it until next turn, and this should give us plenty of damage. Yeah, and skill points as well. So the space team is really, like, now that the units have come out, they're really good. Okay, so now we're gonna swap her back in. We're gonna do this. I'm kind of tempted to just swap her back out because I don't want her to take that much damage. Yeah, let's just do that. And let's just clear these. That's fine if Milim gets poisoned. So how long? So 3 more turns, and then 2 more turns. Okay, I think. Let's see. I'm almost tempted to do this just so I can just clear all these Milims for next time. Or you know what? Here, let me bring you in. We'll do the orb change. Then we'll pop this as well. There we go. That guard is annoying. That's a lot of those. Yeah, we don't have any defense up, so I'll just, you know what I'll do? Here. We're gonna do that just so I can bring in Milim for skip. I'm gonna swap Ranga out for Milim and pop all the orbs. It should be pretty decent. And now we just there we go. She's gonna do so much damage at this point. If we put everything together. So we're gonna pop this. So I'm gonna try, because 55. No, we're gonna try this. Will that be enough? I can only hope so. Hopefully. I think we should, this should be okay, I can pop enough for that. Alright, that, and that should be the end. Let's see how much damage Milim does. My Milim's only level 84, so she needs more dupes, but they should do really good damage. Considering all the buffs. 40,000. God damn, that is a lot of damage. And I think he has resistance. I think. I could be wrong. But yeah, there we go. It's kind of turned into just a space team showcase. But I mean, for this specific stage, right, all we were using SHION for was for the double poison evasion on turn 1 and then turn 4, right? So yeah, I think that was a pretty good clearing. Man, I guess it's missions. That was a pretty good showing of Dark SHION. My overall thoughts on the unit. Of course, she's level 80. Her gear is 3-star. It is max reforged, but it's like the baseline of like how low the equipment is. And I mean, she was doing okay, but her damage isn't great. Her ultimate really does not hit hard at all, obviously, because it's AoE. The pierce power, like the pierce rate and stuff, was like okay. Like we did kind of see it while we were doing like the Dark Conquest, but the thing is that it's such a high skill cost skill that it's honestly like not worth using at most points, right? Because you have so many other buffs that are better than hers, that it almost feels like worthless to use. And if you use her on like a Space Dark team, right? If we go to Space Milim, the Octagram Space Milim, where is she? There she is, right? She has her own like she only buffs her own pierce rate and pierce power. her pierce power is a little bit lower than Shion's, but it's a 20. Even though it's for herself at level 4, it's only 20. And she has a 60 skill cost skill, but that's ally's crit rate, right? So even on like a Space Dark team, for example, if you were using this Shion, that pierce power really, like, you don't necessarily even need it. And her poison evasion, like I said before, it's kind of unique. I can only really think of like 4-star Gobuta, who also has it, I think. Am I right? I think you do. Yeah. But when are you ever using 4-star Wind Gobuta, right? And poison evasion is like fine because it's an immunity that like you can avoid your team taking a lot of damage. But in reality, there's not many situations where you're gonna need it and where you would prioritize her skill over using someone else, because poison doesn't really do that much damage, and in most cases you don't need to worry about like the poison ticking down your health unless it's like a predator battle, or like Heroes Jubilee or something like that. And even then, at that point, you don't need to run Purple Shion just for the poison, because you're already wasting one slot when it could go to like the Masked Warrior, or what is her name? Masked Hero. Masked Warrior. Masked Hero, you know? Like, it's just, there's so many other better characters than her that unfortunately, while she's not the worst unit, I don't think, she definitely doesn't really have a place on any team, I think, or anywhere at the moment. Maybe if we see other like other events where you'll need poison resistance and you want to bring this Shion, and her usefulness and her utility will increase. But at the moment, it's just not that great. But yeah, like I mean, if you're a beginner, she's like a fine 5-star to use. But I think like mid game to end game, you're definitely not. Like she's gonna sit like down here, and she's not a character you really want to prioritize. But yeah, that's pretty much it. Hopefully this showcase kind of shows maybe why, and helps people understand why you don't really see anything about this unit at all. Just a bit underwhelming. But yeah, that's pretty much it. Hopefully if you guys enjoyed, don't forget to hit that like and subscribe button, and comment down below like your thoughts on this character, and if you have any other characters that like you'd like me to visit, within my limits, of course. Like the new Luminous, for example, like I don't have her, right? So that's not really possible. But I mean, I have like a majority of like the first units, so I should be able to do a lot of them. Yeah, do all that, and I'll see you all in the next one. Peace.